Okay. Let's do this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you guys a new document thing too. So I learned this because Warren Marshall, if you guys have not heard of him, shame on you. Now Warren Marshall, he has got a really good YouTube channel, which is basically mine's very similar to his, except his is very very focused, which is good because you can get some key things out of the way immediately, right? He showed me artboards, which is freaking crazy. So let's click artboards. Let's make the background black. Actually, no, let's make it like a, there we go. Hit OK. So we got this artboard, right? It takes some getting used to, and sometimes I'm like, wait, what? What's going on? So you can scale artboards around. There you go. Thanks, Never. So I can do stuff like, let's see here. Oh yeah, dude, there's some. Okay, I need to copy this. We'll paste it in here. So we got this guy, right? We can scale this, get this just right. And then we can do this. I have no idea what this does to the file or like how bloated and big it gets, but it's pretty freaking handy. See, maybe I want one above. That one's going to be like this. Like, how cool is that? It's freaking powerful, man. And you can move them around too. And dude, it makes like layers for the artboard, so you can like turn them off and stuff. It's really powerful. Does this work? No. All right, that looks like it is the stuff of stuffs. Just close these all out. Pretty cool. Pretty useful. Dice, what's up, man? Is it Dicels? Is that how you'd say that? So let's oh yeah, I can feel the frame rate a little bit on this. Where are you at? Where you at, Discord? There you is. Alright, so up first we got creatures. This is creatures, right? Let me make sure. Yep, creatures. Pretty cool. It's the piece I'm working on. I'll be using Unreal for the real-time rendering. Cool. I mean, overall, it's pretty interesting scene. Let's see if we can't. See, that's the other crazy thing is you can just use it like Photoshop as well. So yeah, I mean, this looks cool. Make sure you get some wires and hangy bits and stuff from these reels or these rolls. Pretty cool. Overall, the props look pretty interesting. This thing is really cool. The motorcycle, man, that's gonna be a lot of work, but I think it'll look awesome. What program do I use for 3D modeling? I use Modo. So, I mean, I don't have too much to say on this right now. Right now, compositionally, it's pretty interesting. Maybe like a shit ton of signs, and then lots of wires and stuff connecting things. You know, just going out and some hangy bits, lots of glowing stuff, neon signs. I really like the pipes that are going this way. I think having some horizontal pipes is going to be useful. I think that's all I really have to say about it right now. I mean, I would just keep going. I wouldn't worry about graffiti and stuff yet. I feel like you still have a few more things to block out, and then you'll have your scene. Like, you don't really see up here too much, which is fine. You could probably put something big and glowing back there. No, that's not Trump. No. Later, Don. All right, time burner. This is impressive. Something I've been working on, normal plus AO, more images in the link. These images. So I'm not too familiar with all the little facets and details of cameras, but this looks pretty good. Bake-wise, it looks pretty nice. This ring maybe feels a little thin, like that edge there. Needs to be a little bit thicker. Is it better than Maya and Autodesk 3ds Max? It's better for me. All three of those, in my opinion, are all very good. 3ds Max is experiencing a little bit of a bloat. Can get a little crashy. Maya is really good for animation. It does its job just well on other things also. It has some really good plugins. Modo is kind of new to the game industry scene. When I say kind of new, I mean like maybe the last 5 years or 7 years. But I mean, I really like how Modo works, so use Modo. I really like Modo. If you want me to show you and teach you stuff, you would learn more from me if you were using Modo. How about that? Yeah, I don't have much to say on this camera. I guess even when you have like just one color, I would start to define your roughness variations. You know what I mean? Like get your detail normals in there and like how rough or not rough each of your materials are. Because if you can get it where it's all pink like this, but you can still tell me with the way that the light is hitting the material what the material is, you're like basically done texturing it. You just need some color. So I'd focus on like there's like gonna be a micro, what is it, like a micro pattern here of like a pleathery material. It's a fashion camera. I like it. Looks really cool. I don't have too much to say on it. I just want to see some roughness variation in there. I want to know what's metal. I want to know what's like fake leather. You're confused? Why are you confused? I mean, this looks baked to me. That I see some edging there. That looks flat to me. It's going to be okay, man. Just color. Just color. So this tunnel, Vince 009. It's James Bond's replacement. This is looking pretty good, man. The horizontal noise you've got going on here is confusing me a little bit. Where are we at here? There we go. It's like this directional stuff is very strange for this type of material. And it still is giving a bit of a flat. I mean, do you know how big these are? And how big a character is in here? Because these actually feel about 4 times larger than they should. If that makes sense. I mean, that's railing, so I'm assuming a character is about this tall. And even then, I think it's too big. I think these tiles are a little too big. These wires are free floating right now, and I think adding some things that help fasten it to the wall is going to be good. This looks awesome. Variation in the roughness is looking pretty good. This is really cool. This is really nice to see. Why you talking about texture roughness variation? Dude, because everything else looks fine to me. I don't have anything else to say on the other stuff. Like, my brain has already moved on to texturing it. That's how good it looks. How about that? But yeah, I guess if you wanted me to look at the modeling of it, like, if there's something very particular you want me to focus on, just mention it and I can make sure to focus on that. This is cool. This material looks really nice. This looks really bulky. Holy cow. Those look very stylized. Boy, you crazy. You crazy, boy. The other thing I would suggest is giving these a bit of a wobble. Well, not that much of a wobble, but so just so it's not straight, you know? And then if you add a few cuts in here in your geometry, like let's see here. We can do that really quick here. Dude, this song though. Okay, so you have the edge, right? And it's, oh yeah, it's cool. Nice and straight, just like yours is. When I say add some edges, I literally mean a couple edges. So you can take these, maybe grab a few of them, maybe that back one back there, maybe, so those back 3, maybe this one, and just move them slightly. Now the imperfections in the geometry end up making this feel much more realistic. And don't be shy with going crazy with that. Because then you just get more like organic shape to man-made things. Nice, Willie. Moving too fast, man. You're just moving too fast. This material looks really nice. If this is like a rust, make sure that shows. It looks like it is, but make sure it shows in the roughness, and that the this song. Make sure it's got like a different like your metal would be relatively smooth than the normal. Maybe a little bit of pitting, Maybe some directional scraping based on like how the metal was created. But then the rust is going to be pretty fine noise normal, right? It's like detail normals. You probably make a mask to blend between the two. Let me read what's going on in chat real quick. Yeah, this stuff here is really cool. I love the interaction between the two, the light and the wall reflecting it. See, this stuff is, yeah, that's awesome. Maybe some labels and stuff. Like, I don't know what this tunnel is, right? Obviously, there's tracks. And maybe it's a maintenance tunnel because there's a whole walkway on the side of it. But I like it. Oh, it needs the DiNusty eyebrows. There we go. Skills. Yes. These lights feel really thin. Or like squished. Chode-like, if you will. Like, I feel like they need to actually be I can't do it. I can't do it. I feel like they need to be more like that. That is very similar to Resident Evil, I think. But yes. In general, it's looking pretty good. Dude, this material looks awesome. Did you make that? Is that substance? Or did you find it online or scan it? The way it blends into the wall is a little weird. Like the soft fade is very strange. You could probably use like a, if this is vertex blending, you could probably use like a lerp threshold with a height map to kind of cut it out so that it blends more on a 0 to 1 instead of like 0 to 1 with a little bit of the gradient inside. Just basically like kind of pull the gradient out of that and you're good. And you're good. Yeah, that's cool. It's looking good. This could use some bounce lighting. Like I imagine the lighting down here would bounce up and kind of fill that so it's not so dark. And this is freaking sick. Just check the scale on this stuff because it feels really big, really bulky. Let's see here. Oh man, you guys posted some more stuff. Okay, I'm gonna close it. This looks good though. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh yes, the pool. The pool. So the caustics look really good. This is really nice. The lane dividers, like the one that's separated off. The water feels pretty good, and I think the imagery on the bottom and distorting and stuff is really helping sell that the water is there. So I don't think it's much of a problem now. This looks great. This looks really good. Uh-oh. Crime scene, anyone? Is it a crime scene? Was someone murdered here? Was there tension in the water? A struggle that led to the cable breaking? Where's the body? I see no blood. Maybe that's not water. Maybe that's bleach. Maybe that's bleach water. All the blood's gone. Cleaning up the scene. Oh, this looks nice. No running, guys. No running. So there's a free swimming zone. Maybe this pool's really serious. He drowned him. My God. So much story can be told with just those bottles. So in general, this looks pretty solid. I'd love to see 2 piles of clothes here. More story. More. I know you got some more stuff coming down the pipe as well, so. The Empire Wildcats? Dude, It Follows? Yeah, it's got some It Follows vibes to it. This looks great, though. It feels like this is kind of rounded. I think you're you just need to crease your normals along the where it turns. I mean, maybe that's what you're going for as well. I don't know. This shot is really interesting. Very cool, very cool. What's that noise? Drappy, thanks for the follow, man. Man or woman, dude or dudette. Much appreciated. Welcome. That's all I look for now, guys. I have this weird ego where I need to make sure that the DiNusty logo is in every piece. If I had to say anything, let me think here. I mean, everything's very evenly spaced out on the walls. Like these clocks and stuff. Are these lights here? And this is a clock. I know that these are hanging on the wall, but maybe like just resting it on the ground leaned up against the wall would probably be more compelling. Just because I'm like right now I'm where are we at here? Which artboard is this? 4. Right now I guess my concern is more like these lines. Like these chairs are breaking it up, these benches, but you have this line here and it stays relatively straight. Like you could take this door and push it in a little bit so that it goes back just to aid in breaking up that edge. Let's see where else this is good. This is good too. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I think this is looking pretty solid, man. Okay, so on to this one. This one's from Pro. Nowhere near done, but maybe you can say something useful about it. Aware of UV issues, all ZBrush so far. So, I guess why does it have to be all ZBrush? Like, it's really easy for us to say, hey, like, let's just sculpt all of it, right? I mean, I hope these aren't ZBrush. So these are very, very straight, and they're all very much the same diameter. If you just vary them just a little bit so that they don't have the same thickness, that's going to go a long way. Maybe a little bit of bend and kinks in some of them. This damage is very centralized to each of the walls, and it's in the inside as well. This is also kind of weird that it's like it's overlapping like that. These are very thick too. What are those made out of? It's like pressed bread. It's kind of what it looks like right now. Like you laid out pieces of bread. Dude, you're probably not going to be able to unsee this now. laid out pieces of bread all next to each other, and then did it with 2 more loaves and just pressed it down, and then that made like 1 set. All the bread. Clay tiles? All right. All right. It's clay tiles. It's freaking clay tiles. Ah. So you have these guys modeled out, but then this guy is not. And the directionally it's going this way, right? Why not this way? And then I mean, if you're modeling, it's a gingerbread house, guys. If you're modeling these out, these could totally be modeled. In general, it's looking pretty cool. I like the change in direction on the wood patterns as you go from plank to plank. Make sure there's some visual interaction between, like, how these all connect together. If it's just dirt or AO or something. And then be really careful about the damage being so centralized on every wall piece. You'll probably want to do some damage that's like in the bottoms or in the corner bottom areas. Just because that's like where moisture would build up and collect. What are we looking at here? What's the rocks without textures? So the textures on the rocks actually are very saturated and definitely outside of PBR range. Or at least they're very blue. So they're like not color calibrated, I guess. Like they look like they're reflecting the sky a little bit. And then the way you get in, I guess there's going to be stairs here. Obviously better than this. So good. He's like, enter my mouth. I will eat you. These feel very long, I guess, as well. Are they supposed to be, like, in your reference, are they that long? RJ, what's up, man? Cool. Yeah, it's really good to have that reference and stuff. You should share the reference when you get a chance. It can just go on the stream critiques channel. Because now I'm curious because these feel very strange, the clay tile ceiling stuff. Double check some things. All right, we will probably move on to Niels. Yeah, you should always have those images on hand and constantly be looking at them. Ends up answering a lot of questions. So Niels has this, and he's just asking for, where's it at here? Tips and ideas on storytelling. I want to create feel of player shouldn't enter but has no other option. I mean, that's kind of hard to display without like pre-narrative, right? I mean, you need a character almost to be looking like they have no choice. Like the character's on the ground and climbing up the stairs or limping towards the entrance. Because then it's like, oh, yeah, this guy's on his last limb. He needs to get inside. As far as, like, stuff to add, I mean, let's see here. I'm just going to put this on top here. So, something in here, maybe sticks. Like, make it look really intimidating. would be kind of interesting. Like spiky stuff. Spiky. Maybe watch some, there's a treasure or tomb inside. Sticks. All the sticks. Breadsticks. Dude, you guys didn't know, but these are all like little, they're like super thin, long baguettes. Shout out to the French. More sacrifice. Some skulls on. Oh God. Yeah, if you put a light in the tomb, that'd probably be pretty good. I think this being in the daytime is really kind of pulling away from the need to go in. The carb overload. That's how they sacrifice them, is they overload them with carbs so they die. I think that if this was a nighttime scene, you could still have the directional light coming in, but then you're then drawing the focus towards the light in the center here, and then these lights could be there but lower light compared to the entrance. Nighttime would be nice. But I think you should add your story to it. I don't want to tell you what story you should add to it. Sweet mountains in the back. I think with this view, it's going to be really difficult unless you made the lens more wide angle. Because I do like the sky breakup that you have right now. And like maybe you need just a little bit more bush stuff on the sides, or like little low ground plants. And you'll need plants in general around. Cool. Based on. Cool. Man, this is freaking awesome. That art style is dope. It's dope. I guess your fence in yours is like not as close to the camera as it is in the concept. I mean, it's looking pretty good so far. I mean, you got everything's blocked out. Make sure stuff doesn't become too thick just for the sake of being there. The little pieces of paper and stuff on the ground, you can just like place those like little props of alpha cutout planes and stuff like that. Pretty cool. I think this like overhead road thing needs to go a little bit further back, and then this fence needs to come a little bit more forward and right. That way you get a little bit more depth in your scene. Oh no, stop us. No. I mean, in general, this is looking pretty solid. Just keep going. I don't really have too much to say on it right yet. It's looking good. Check your scale on stuff just to make sure. Like, have a character in there so that you know the heights of stuff. I like these planters at the bottom here. It's pretty cool. There's some nice variation in the materials here. Overall, these are looking pretty solid. Be careful about how dark you go with your black values, and then how saturated things become. This cone as well is very large for the size of the base. Like the center, like the diameter of the cone itself probably needs to shrink a little bit. Pretty cool though. I like the touch of the text on the side there. Careful with the contrast in your albedos as well. Might be a little strong. Dope. Dope, dope, dope. Looks cool. And then any dirtying that you do on the trash can, you could probably do most of it in your roughness. Not too much dirtiness will stick to the plastic in the albedo sense. Or normal sense as well. But yeah, coolio. Wow, it is 3:30. It is 3:30, guys. I didn't realize it was that late. I've been streaming for 2 hours again. That's it, guys. That's it. I'm gonna stream every day from now. I can tell that my voice will just get wrecked if I keep going. What happens at 3:30? I don't know. I probably need to do the dishes soon. Gotta do adult things like dishes. All right, let's switch over to the scene, and then yeah, we'll discuss what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I guess. I don't know. Nice stuff though, guys. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Whoa. Be right back.